Hello. I really pray my people are having an amazing, blessed day. It is 7 minutes past 9 p.m. where I am, and currently I'm looking at the small fractal price. I would like to see if we'll gravitate to these swing highs. I am very bearish on the week. I do think all these equal lows will get tagged. I do think they'll do it today though, but we'll see as time goes by. So I am looking at this beautiful double bottom as my draw on liquidity for the week. I am thinking we might gravitate and take out buy side first before we sell low. What we're going to do is we're going to study the market in 3-minute intervals, meaning every 3 minutes we're expecting the market to do something. If I could be more specific, I'm expecting not every 3 minutes, but in every 3-minute interval, I'm expecting a swing high or swing low to be engineered or created. I will try and read it in live time, trying to see which way the market is going to gravitate to. I am leaning more bearish, but we will see as price continues to print. So at 0 o'clock, we did engineer swing low, beautiful. 0 6, we did engineer swing high. So I am expecting a swing low at 0 9 to see if we can continue to see higher prices and ultimately chasing just this buy side liquidity. Personally, I wouldn't take the trade. I would love it if it was a 40 handle range. Then I could take my 20 handle scalp. But for now, not interested in that in any shape, way, or form. So what I'm doing is I'm looking to see does 09 dig into this inefficiency and begin spooling higher to this buy side liquidity. I'd love for it to just touch 50% of that, and then we begin to see higher prices. But let's just continue watching as price begins to print. A beautiful displacement. So now what I'm expecting is this to be a swing low. So I'm expecting 10 to open, maybe trade low into 50% of this wick, and then begin to spool higher and take out that opening price. Once we trade above it, then most definitely we will be seeing these highs getting tagged within the first 15 minutes of opening. The 3-hour candlestick, the 3 a.m. candlestick, apologies. So as expected, apologies to remove this, just touch 50% this inefficiency. So I'd like to see, do we continue to see any spooling higher to this high? So what we're doing here is we're not looking for a trade setup. We're not looking for an execution or an entry. What we're doing is we're trying to predict at what time will swing highs and swing lows be engineered, at what time will displacements be engineered, etc., etc. So it's a very beautiful price action. It's one way to track the financial market as it prints, because what I come to notice is majority of us are tracking price, we're tracking PD rates, inefficiencies, liquidity, but we spend so little on time. But I think we should focus more on what time these swing highs and swing lows would be engineered, especially if you're going to be a scalper, and focus on these 1-minute time frames. The intricacy of detailing is very important because it can easily filter out bad executions from good ones, especially if you know at what time swing highs and swing lows will be engineered. Now watch it chase these beautiful highs right here. I'll try and make this as short and concise as possible. I will be done by 3:30. I won't be executing or trading anything. I would have loved to if we had enough range from that high to that low. I would have taken that long here at 0309. If I missed that one, then I was going to take this one at 10 and target those highs. But the range is a bit too small for me to work with. The juice is not worth the lemon is not worth the squeeze. So now what I would love to see is a rapid repricing to this buy side liquidity resting right above here, coming from this candlestick. A failure to do so will signify a bit of weakness. I will wait for 0315 to really give us that final exaggerated move above buy side. But for now, we're just keeping an eye on price. I would have preferred if the 12 started repricing to the upside. I would have loved that. It would have been more probable that we are going to reach this before the 30-minute ends. But since it's reluctant to do so, it's very hard for me to say it will hit here before 0330, but we'll see. We'll continue to watch price. So personally, I'm very, very bearish just because of this double bottom. So what I'm looking to see is price showing any failure to take out buy side. And I wouldn't want to see that. I'd love to see higher prices, but it's okay. I would have loved for you to take out buy side and then I would go short and then hold for the remainder of the day. But then if it does begin to show any signs of weakness here, it will slowly begin to tip its hand at us using time as reference. So we are stuck in a bit of a consolidation. I'm still very patient. I'm not trying to predict when and what time it will displace. Obviously, I am, but I'm still very wary. We could easily fail to take out these highs, which I don't think that's the case. But that's a sign of weakness in and of itself. So I'm watching, is this playing inversion, and will 15 begin rapid repricing to sell side here? That's kind of what I'm watching. Preferably, I would love it to start chasing highs. But if we do show any signs of weakness and this does play inversion, then definitely sell side becomes us heading into 0315, which is what I don't want to see. I prefer higher prices. So watch that. So if this becomes the high for this candle, then if that was to become the high for that candlestick, we were going to see lower prices. So what I'm looking to see is this 15 engineers swing high, which I don't want it to. I don't want 15 to engineers swing high. I want it to chase buy side, and for 16 to continue the run higher, heading into 18, where we're already above these swing highs here. Preferably before the 20-minute hits. I would have loved us to be above here to signify much higher prices for a probable reversal heading into the later sessions. So we have taken our buy side. Don't like the fact that it didn't close above it. So what I would love from 16 is, do we continue the run higher and chase buy side liquidity resting right above here? Failure to do so will mean that 15 will engineer swing high for 18 to begin displacing lower and take out the swing lows. But I'm leaning more bullish than I am bearish today. There's a very high probability it will engineer swing high. So what I'm basically trying to show you, the swing high is a PD array in and out of itself. And if the market is truly driven by time and price, that means there are specific PD arrays that will print at specific times, especially if the financial market is not random. Correct? So if you know at what time swing highs and swing lows will be engineered based on the price action that you are currently engaging with, you can enter at swing highs and swing lows and expecting turtle soups, expecting rejection blocks based on time and not necessarily price. But majority of us focus mostly on price, solely on it, and we have the ability to find out at what time will PD arrays form. So the first PD array I genuinely want everyone to focus on is swing highs and swing lows. Why that? Because that's the essence of liquidity, because at every high and every low, there is liquidity in and out of itself. So what does 15 do? 15 engineered a swing high, took out buy side liquidity, which is not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see if 12 or 16 will continue the run high and take out these highs, but it does not. So what can we expect from the 18-minute candlestick? We can expect it to displace and take out swing lows resting right below here, just based on the price action. But we are in a consolidation. But just based on what's happening as it lives and breathes, I'm trying to predict which way is it going to break out, even though I do have a buy. My bias is bearish, but I'm tape reading to see if I can sell short later on in the session. If it does present itself, because this is fair value for me, this is not. So hence I'm not executing or anything here, but the ability for you to understand that PD rays form at specific times and they're not necessarily random. The problem we have as executors, as people who on these lower time frames, is we have this common belief that the lower time frame is noise, because when we get to price action like this, and lovely, I'm happy that I got to price action like this, that's not really moving. This is where everyone says lower time frame is noise, but every single swing high and swing low are engineered at specific times, which you don't know of, which you maybe take for granted. Maybe you're not focusing on it, and everything means something within the financial market. I love the 15th there. But it means something, and sadly, just watching this baby inefficiency, it's proving very difficult for price to break right there. But I am looking to see if that's, since 18 didn't displace, it does show more willingness to take higher prices, because everything is delivering as efficiently as it has to. Buy side was taken, sell side was not taken, and I was expecting 18 to displace lower. So what I'm looking to see is, do we trade into fair value, which is this, beautiful, and then do we begin to see lower prices heading into that? That's kind of what I'm watching. I'll keep your eye on the 21. That's the one that's going to give you the displacement you're looking for to the downside, if that's what we're going to see, which I don't think. I still think price wants to see higher prices, but it's just engineering that sell side more and more, but we'll see. So institutional order flow. Technically, I won't want you to feel this whole inefficiency if we are to see this low getting tagged. Nice turkey soup. Right on time. So notice the reluctance for price to want to break these lows. Because what I'm getting at here is I'm thinking price wants to take buy side before it delivers to sell side. Because if it does take sell side, that means this is left for later on in the session, and this will kind of give me the narrative or the profile we'll be using for the whole week. I know it's just a 1 minute chart, it's just a 15-minute range, and there's not much to work with in terms of execution, but there's so much lessons to be learned. So keep your eye on the next minute candlestick. So notice how it didn't give us an institutional order flow here. What does it signify? Like we are going to chase buy side resting right about there. Even though we're engineering swing highs and swing lows at specific points, I want you to notice something here. This is what I'm watching. I'm not watching the wicks as well, just the wicks, I'm watching the bodies as well. What's 18? 18 didn't displace and take out sell side. What did 18 do? It engineered a swing low, bodies. Just anyways, there's no need for that, but very advanced. I like this. So now what I'm expecting is just to remove all these drawings from my chart. So what I'm watching is when we trade into this right there. Sorry. Do we get any explosiveness? Do we get any movement to the upside for these buy side liquidity right above there? I would have loved it to do it at 21. So 21 just begins spooling, at least for this high, which signifies strength on my side. It's a nice consolidation way in as well. beautiful price delivery. So just because of what 15 does, we are not above buy side at my expected time. Honestly, I thought we were going to be at buy side already by 0320, but we're 2 minutes too late. And it was just because of this nice drop lower here. So target has been met. Beautiful price delivery. Nothing much. It was beautiful. There was not enough range for me to trade, I won't lie to you. But just the classic ability for you to know at what time swing highs and swing lows are being engineered, knowing what to expect, expecting something from a candlestick and it not delivering as efficiently as you would like it to, knowing when you're wrong, knowing when the displacement will come, because this time was not marked without reason, but these small minute details of how it fluctuates from higher time frame to lower time frame, and how once buy side is engaged and you go to a 12-minute chart, sell side becomes just more sus. And it's these minute details that we look for. So for the week, I am very bearish. I am looking for lower prices. On a 4-hour chart, I am looking for these babies to get tagged right here, right there. So that's my real draw on liquidity for the whole week. And I would like to see, do we trade above here into fair value? And once we reach fair value, do we get any displacement and any move lower just to this in liquidity right there? So far, I don't want to make this as long as it already is. I just keep studying swing highs and swing lows being engineered at 3-minute intervals, because what you're doing is just tracking the financial market, because today it's a new news day, I'm guessing. Market is not as volatile, but this could have easily been a 60 handle range, an 80 handle range, 100 handle range, but today we only had a beautiful 14 handle range, but it was read efficiently. Swing highs, swing lows, swing highs. I would have loved to just wake up out there, but it didn't. Swing lows, beautiful. Swing high at 15, body swing low at 18, beautiful displacement at 21. At 21 breaks above buy side right there is expected, and beautiful spooling to the ultimate target of just buy side resting right above here. What do we have here? 24. What can we expect 24 to do? 24 to engineer swing high. So the next candlestick, depending on how this one prints and your narrative, you can expect either a swing low or a swing high to be engineered at this time. But based on price action, you can expect a swing high instead. We trade into this as an inversion, and then we continue to go lower. But I would have loved if it just wicked up here for an institutional order flow integral short, using the 1-minute chart and the 4-hour chart to create a swing trade. So from that execution, I can hold for 20 handles or I can hold for 200. But your inability to read price as efficiently as this is mostly our downfall as executors, especially on the 1-minute chart, because no one will teach you this. No one will show you this. No one can. But anyways, I pray you guys have an amazing place. I would just love for this 20. Let's just wait 30 seconds before it closes. Thank you so much, Psychic, for that wonderful depiction of my experience and how far I've come as an executor, as a sage, how long it took me to view the financial markets the way I do, and I'm proud of myself, and I'll be more than happy to share my findings with every one of you. And hopefully with time we'll be able to view the marketplace as efficiently as I view it. It's always time, then price, nothing is random. Beautiful swing low, beautiful swing high, giving me 50-50. But I love that we traded into fair value at a specific time. We can expect 0327 to begin spooling to buy side. If we took out buy side, then I would have expected this to be the high for the session or for this hourly candlestick. Since we've traded opened, power of 3, engineered a swing high, and we can imagine the remainder of the session begins just spooling lower, racing for sell side. But since it didn't do that, it could signify one of two things. We're either still going to go there later on in the session, or it signifies weakness on my part, and this will play breakaway, which I don't think it will. And then we'll see sell side being delivered efficiently. Thank you guys so much for your time. Hope you found this insightful, and peace and love.